Amanda, I want to play a game.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. Today's video is a spoiler-free review of Dust Bunny. This is an upcoming horror thriller that is coming to theaters on December 12th. This is the feature directorial debut of Bryan Fuller, the mind behind Hannibal and Pushing Daisies, and it stars Mads Mikkelsen, Sophie Sloan, Sigourney Weaver, Sheila Atim, and David Dastmalchian. This review is completely spoiler-free, so you are safe. Dust Bunny is one of those films that when I saw the trailer and I read the synopsis, but it turned out to be something completely different, but I am not mad about it. This is part fantasy, part action, part thriller, a little bit of horror. This is mostly horror adjacent and is more targeted to kids. Kind of feels like a storybook wrapped in Wes Anderson's visuals, but with John Wick fighting sequences. It's weird, charming, and dark, and to be honest, it's one of the most original things that I have seen this year. When it comes to the visuals and the tone, you can feel Fuller's fingerprints on this. Now, the story follows Aurora, a 10-year-old girl that believes that a monster has ate her entire family, and she discovers that her reclusive neighbor, that is played by Mikkelsen, kills real-life monsters for a living. Basically, he is a hitman. Aurora hires him to take down the creature she thinks destroyed her home, but he starts to suspect that the family might have been targeted by human assassins who were actually after him. So, out of guilt and responsibility, he takes the job, which launches the two of them into a dangerous, surreal, and sometimes unexpectedly emotional journey. Like I said, that this feels like a fantasy storybook, but also mixed with John Wick. The film, from the very first moment, it reminded me to Wonka, also to Wes Anderson's work, especially the colors, and I was taken aback because I was expecting a full-on horror movie even when I saw the trailer, but then I started seeing this, I'm like, what is this? Of course, I kept watching it and I do not regret it a single bit. As for the tone and the atmosphere, this is a horror adjacent, kids-friendly horror. This is tagged as a horror thriller. And when I saw the original poster that is this, I was expecting a darker film. So then when the film starts, I quickly realized that that is not the tone. So if you were also expecting this film to be a little bit darker, I have to tell you that this is not. This is perfect for kids because it's not too scary for them, but it still has the dark atmosphere for adults to enjoy. As for the performances, the cast is amazing. Matt, he is something similar as Keanu Reeves. He can portray serious character, but he is so charming and wholesome. So here he is great, especially because he has good chemistry with the actress that plays Aurora. The forced father and daughter dynamic that happens between them, it feels genuine, and that girl is amazing. This is actually her debut as an actress and they were great. But the actress that plays Aurora, that her name is Sophie Sloan, she brings heart and honesty to the story. As for the supporting cast, we have the iconic Sigourney Weaver, we have Sheila Atim and David Dastmalchian, that we don't see much of him, but he is great, and they add layers of personality to this fantastic world that this film has built. Sigourney Weaver, she has some shoes that have guns instead of the heel. So iconic. She is great. So the supporting cast, they did a phenomenal job too. Now, if you're a fan of John Wick, you're definitely going to feel the influence of it, especially on the action sequences. But as for the horror, I have to say that the horror elements, they don't really appear until the third act. That is when things get a little bit darker. Now, I have to quickly address the weakest point of this film, and is the pace. The first act is extremely messy. Definitely is going to be a little bit harder for some people to get into the story at first, but trust me that it's worth it. But once the action starts, the pacing improves, so it's a little bit more enjoyable. But I do have to say that the beginning of the movie, it's extremely messy. It's a little bit difficult to understand what is happening, but you need to give it some time. I can promise you that it's worth it. On a general impression, Dust Bunny is not what I was expected, but I don't mean it in a bad way. The film turned out to be way better than I was expecting, and I am happy that I got the chance to watch this one before it gets in theaters. I had a fun time, and definitely I will give this one a rewatch. I would say that this one is a good watch for kids because they are going to be fine, they're going to enjoy it, and surely they are not going to be having nightmares with this one. So I would say that this one is 100% worth watching, and if you're into this type of movies, then don't miss your chance to watch it. This one is coming to theaters on December 12th. Yes, I saw this movie way earlier than it's supposed to. As for my rating, I will give this one a 4 out of 5 and an 8 out of 10. Yes, I believe that is deserved. I have seen some people that did not enjoy this movie, and that is completely fine, but that wasn't my case. So I had such a fun time with this one, and I hope that you guys are going to have a fun time with it too. But with this, I have ended this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you are going to be watching. But thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye.